So welcome ladies and gentlemen, so I'm back today. We're going to have some PES 2019 gameplay in the background for you guys as I discuss my 8 favorite things or most excited things I'm looking forward to for PES 2019. Now, I haven't played it like the majority of you guys. This is all from me watching an excessive amount of videos. I don't know, there's a lot of things I'm excited to see and obviously play when I play the demo. So let's dive into it. Our 8 favorite things we're excited to see for PES 2019. So the first thing is visible fatigue. Now this is a big one. I haven't seen a whole massive amount of it purely because, I haven't played it myself. I think it's one of those things you have to play the game to really get excited about it and see it in action. I've seen some GIFs of players pulling up, getting injured or saying they want to come off, but they're not going to be 100%, which is nice to see. But I'm really excited for it because I'm a Master League guy myself, and having that option of being able, to take players off and then worrying about whether they're going to be injured and ready for the next match, etc. It's exciting. We haven't seen this in a PES game. The injuries have always been lackluster. So visible fatigue is definitely something that I think could flourish this year if they do get it right. And if it's something they need to tweak via patches, etc., players getting injured too much or not enough, I'm sure Konami can do that. So that's my first point right there, visible fatigue. Of course, let me know what you guys think of these as well. Number 2 is sort of the physics. I've watched a lot of gameplay, and the way the ball moves, the way the players control it, the interaction with players and the ball, it's a lot more individual now. It's like the ball is a separate entity as opposed to the player. And I know they've said this before, and we've seen this before, but it's a lot more less on rails. And I've spoken to people that have played it, especially at PES Universe, and they've said the same thing. They've clarified that fact, that it does feel a very much more open game. I've played FIFA, and I just feel like FIFA, and I know I should be comparing FIFA all the time, but still, they're 2 football games. FIFA, for me, players, they run with the ball, but it looks like it's glued to their foot. And there's not many players in the world that can do that. How many Lionel Messis do we have out there where you just can't get the ball off them? There's only one, so it's nice to see. And I think I've seen a lot of it. The physics are different. The way the ball moves, like I said, the way they can bring it down, they control it, the interaction they have with the ball, it's all separate. And the physics this year do look far better than we've seen it. I've never been a huge fan of the R1 or R2 curling function in PES. It's always looked a little bit gimmicky and way too much bend. But this year, the ball looks like it's going to have a lot more movement, and the physics are looking and shaping up quite nicely. So definitely something on my nose here, something that I'm looking forward to. Number 3 would have to be the graphics themselves. I mean, you've got to say the game looks way better than PES 2018. I mean, there's not a big gap, you'd say, from sort of 16, 17 to 18. But 19, bringing this new Enlighten engine into play, we're getting a whole different aspect here. The dynamic time is another massive thing as well. I mean, it's not massive, no, but it's a gameplay tweak. It's something that is new, it's fresh, having, who doesn't like, doing a racing game, right? And it starts off raining and then it's snowing, or it's raining and then it's sunny and then the sun goes down and then it's dark, We've had the dynamic weather, we've never had the dynamic time, and that's what we're going to get this year. You can start off in the afternoon where the sun's beaming, and then as the game goes on, you'll start seeing the shadows just coming through, and then eventually the sun's going to be setting. So I think it's a really nice touch. The field, the pitch looks almost FIFA-esque, not quite there with FIFA, I don't think, but it's certainly graphically the best we've seen, and that's been shown on gameplay videos. I mean, you can't even see the clarity that you're going to get when you play it on a high-end PC or a 4K TV. It's going to look phenomenal. So that's my number 3. Number 4, I'm looking forward to getting rid of the catch-up bug. Honestly, this isn't even a major deal, but for me, that catch-up bug is a real pain in the ass, isn't it? Mertesacker suddenly keeping up with the likes of, Ronaldo. It doesn't make sense. This year, apparently, it's gone. Barry the Midnight Kid clarified that, playing the E3 build. he said he had loads of times where if you get away from a defender and he is slower than you, he's not going to catch you up. So it's good to see that. And also the physical attributes sort of tie in with that as well, because now it seems like if you're a big solid target man up top, you're going to be able to hold that ball up a lot more. You're going to be able to hold off the defenders and use that to your ability. It's not all about speed, you know. Generally it is, online especially. If you've got speed, you're going to win games, sure. A lot of quick counter-attacking teams win matches because they're fast. But if you're a powerful player, you still should have some perks in your arsenal, you know? So I'm looking forward to that. Mainly the catch-up bug being gone and the physicality of the game has taken a little bit of a step forward. And we're going to see that with sort of the smaller players, you know, having trouble to keep the ball against the bigger players when they're making the challenges. Number 5 is the shooting mechanics, right? They've sort of refined them. They've changed them. We've seen this rising shot. If you haven't seen this GIF on Twitter of Roberto Carlos, and it was actually the trailer that Whedon's put out, takes a short corner, David Beckham lays it back to Roberto Carlos, and he hits an absolute thunderbolt into sort of the top corner. And you can see the ball starts low and it just boom straight up into the net. It looked really nice, you know. It was a typical Roberto Carlos finish where the goalie just had no chance. But the variety of shooting looks like it's been given a bit of a makeover. You know, I've seen a lot of low shots, high shots, you know, obviously the chips, the curls, it's all there. I saw a beautiful shot as well of Di Maria outside of the boot, almost like the World Cup with God, who scored the curler with the outside of his boot? It was an absolute belter, and I can't remember now which game it was recently, but he hit it so well, and we saw that in the trailer, and it was a legit goal by Di Maria with the outside of the boot. So the variety of shots is another big plus for me at number 5. Number 6, just Master League. Now, I know you're going to be saying, well, they haven't done anything in Master League, so what are you talking about? Well, just the little things, right? The realistic pricing. They're meant to finally have fixed the stupid pricing where you can get Messi and Ronaldo and Mbappe and, you know, all these top Neymar for like 30 million. Yeah, you couldn't buy anyone for 30 million these days, especially not players of that quality. So I'm really praying and hoping, maybe it's more of a pray and hope thing, that they have fixed it. You know, Messi should have at least 100+ million. You know, as simple as that. And Ronaldo the same, Mbappe the same, Neymar the same. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Master League and hopefully fixing those little things. The realistic pricing, the players getting injured, and just having a better experience in Master League alone. Now they are saying this is a 3-year plan. They're saying this year, 2020 and 2021 is when they're going to revamp sort of Master League. That's what I heard. Whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know. But I think, you know, realistic pricing is a big thing, and we'll see what happens. And then moving on to number 7, which sort of ties into that, is licensing. You know, they have added a lot of leagues this year. And yes, they've lost the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Super Cup, and a few little things. Mainly, that's just purely overlays. But they have got the licensing of, you know, 7, 8, 9 different leagues. That's going to make a big roster in Master League. There's going to be a lot of gems to find. It's more depth right there. And I think, you know, it's always a plus to have more licenses. You know, some people may not think that's a big deal. But for me, yeah, having the depth and the bigger roster in the game and the bigger database from the start is a big thing. So licensing, I'm looking forward to as well. And the final point, just to finish this off, because I don't want to make this video long today. The gameplay itself, from what I've seen, I'm liking the look of the pace, and I'm liking the look of the difficulty. Once again, I've spoken to people about this. They've said the game is a lot harder on sort of pass support 1. It doesn't hold your hand as much. So you really are going to have to work your socks off to find some space against the AI. And this also ties into the AI itself. I'm looking forward to playing against the CPU because their positioning has been fixed. The responsiveness has been fixed as well. Apparently the game is very, very responsive. Last year it was a shambles to try and defend because clicking L1 or the right stick, it took so long to change to the right player. So we've got, you know, a more realistic pace. The difficulty seems a bit harder. The responsiveness is better. The AI positioning is better as well. all these things tie in together for me to make a better experience on the field, and I'm just looking to get my hands on the gameplay. I mean, it's going to be fun. I definitely think it will be a real blast this year in my Master League, and I hope you guys do look forward to that. Enjoy it every single year, and I think I'm going to enjoy it this year more than ever. So those are my top 8 reasons why I'm excited for PES 2019. Let me know yours below. I mean, they're pretty standard. It's an annual game. It comes out once a year. Konami have done what they can in the last 9, 10, 11 months to get this game out. And the demo now is around the corner. We'll get to play it, get our hands on it, and if you're going to pre-order it, then pre-order it. But anyway, I'll be back shortly. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are, and subscribe for more content. We'll keep the bashing away. And until next time, take care.